If you're getting ready to do the Tholin fusion, be careful. There are a couple things you need to be prepared for that you might not have prepared for, especially if this is your first fusion event. The first step obviously is to get all the champions, and you're going to need 16 of these rares, or 12, and one of the epics that came in an earlier summon rush. Once you've got those, though, there are still a couple traps that could really trip you up and slow down your progress, and if you're not careful, you might even miss out on the whole thing. There's only 4 days left remaining, so you need to plan ahead over the next few days to make sure you complete this correctly, because just having the champions themselves isn't enough. You're going to need to put in some effort and resources. I'll explain exactly what you need to do, the things that are kind of best practices here, and some things to watch out for. Before we do, though, quick heads up that I've got a brand new promo code for beginner players. If you scan my QR code or click the link in the description, you now get a legendary as soon as you start your account, as well as these 3 great epic champions. And don't forget, you can still get another legendary champ by using one of these promo codes on the new account. So, with that being said, let's talk about how to get the Tholin fusion finally completed. Get yourself over the finish line, right? Obviously, the first thing to kind of look out for is you actually need to take all of these rare champions from level 30 to level 40 and ascend them, which means not only are you going to need to level them all up, you're going to need to rank them up one time as well, which means in total, you're going to need about 48 3-star champions or chickens to fully rank them up. Now, my best suggestion is to mostly do 12-3 brutal. You can stick 3 in here together and just farm it that way. You're going to get a bit of silver as you go as well, which is nice. But there are some cases where you're going to want to kind of slow it down for a second, because not only do you need to, get them ranked up, leveled up to 40 once they've ranked up. So first, rank all of them up to rank 4, then level them all up to rank level 40. You then need to ascend them as well. And as you can see here, with one that I haven't quite ascended yet, you are going to need lesser void potions and the other tier of void potions. So the lesser and the greater. Now, this can be a little bit confusing here. Firstly, you're going to need to make sure the void keeps open. And if you haven't got enough void potions, then you're going to need to do it really quickly, like as soon as this video goes live, because it's going to close in 3 hours. And once it's closed, you're not going to be able to open it by the time the Tholin fusion is gone, right? The next time this opens will be next week, and the Tholin fusion will be gone by then, which means you're going to have to spend 200 gems if you don't have enough void potions yet. Here's a bit of a trap. If you just go and farm stage 20, you're not going to get the potions you need. You need some lesser potions. In fact, you're going to need quite a lot of them. If we go and take a look here at the Sithril fusion, so if we go to Sithril here, and we find him, and we go to ascend, you need 10 potions, lesser potions, and you're going to need to do that 12 or 16 times, depending on if you got the epic. So you're going to need 160 lesser potions, and you're not going to get those from the later stages. Now, mathematically, the stage that's best to farm is stage 15. This will cost 12 energy, and you're going to get roughly up to 7 each time. It's random, but you'll get up to 7 each time you do it. If you do stage 1, you think, okay, stage 1, 2, and 3, I'm only going to get lesser potions. This seems like a good idea, right? But the amount you get per run is not really worth it. This one, for example, you only get 1 lesser void potion, and it costs 6 energy. Whereas stage 15, you're going to get roughly about 5 each time, up to 7. It is random, like I say, but it only costs 12 energy. And you will get some greater void potions along the way, and you will need those. For most mid-game players, though, you've probably got a bunch of greater voids and a bunch of superior voids. But the lessers, you're probably running quite low on. You're going to need 160 of them. So farm stage 15, and as you do it, you can even farm your champions as you do it as well, right? We can level them up as we go. So that's another great thing to think about. Throw as many as those in as you can until you've got all of your void potions. Now, here's another important thing that we need to look at. Once you've done the Sithril part, right? So we've talked about, getting these rares, this good old Sithril, up to rank 4, level 40, fully ascended. You're going to need all of those potions You then need to fuse them. And once you've done that, you will then have a 4-star of this epic champion, and you're going to need to once again level that up fully, rank it up, and then level it up fully again and ascend it. Now, you're going to need a lot of magic potions for this. Let me just showcase, right? Let me find a 5-star here that is magic. Here we go. So if I go to Tavern, this is how many potions we will need for that character. So we need 15 of these magic potions, and these ones are very easy to get. Arcane Keep's always open, but this one opens on Wednesday, which is almost just as the fusion event ends. So you're going to need to be very careful to time it so that you can get on the game and have some energy ready to go to farm some potions when Magic Keep opens on Wednesday, just before the fusion ends, okay? And you're going to need, what, 15? You're going to need 60 of these superior potions, which is quite a lot. So the best thing to do for that, and I'll just show you here, this is the superior potion, right? I can't open it right now, but I can show you on Void Keep just as an example. You need this one. So the best stage is stage 20 in this case to get the superior. So when you're farming your magic potions on Wednesday, if you don't have enough, make sure to do stage 20 to get as many as possible. And you're going to need to probably stock up on some Arcane Keep potions as well. Now, when it comes to actually leveling up these champions as well, the epics, you're going to need to rank them up 1 time each. So that is 4 of these need to be ranked up. You're going to need 4 4-star chickens or 4 4-star food champions ready to go for each of these. So in total, 16 4-star champions are going to need to be in your account ready to go before you can fuse this. So it's not over yet. You might have all of these champions, but now you've got to go and farm the potions, and you've got to level up the champions and also make sure you've got enough food champions ready to go. So just as a reminder here, you need 48 3-star champions or chickens ready to go here, and 16 4-star champions to use as food before you can get Tholin. So you're going to need to keep grinding, and as you do it, keep an eye on what events are available as well, because remember, we do have the Titan event going where we can get our hands on some perfect souls for Tholin. So as we're farming, we could potentially see if we can put any champions in as food champs as we do it. For example, we've got a Dungeon Divers event here. We could do any dungeon there, that's no problem. But we also have, if we go to tournaments, we have a Fire Knight tournament that's got some points. You could potentially farm Fire Knight as you are leveling up food champs so that you're making the most out of your energy and still making progress towards this as well. So be very careful over the next few days. Don't waste your resources, because if you do, you might fall flat just before the finish line. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, let me know, and I'll see you in the comments.